the rice paddy management and the scientific management of rice paddies in the summer is key to autumn harvest. So today we arrive at this Liaoning, and this is one of the main production base for rice. And it's my great honor to join an agriculture expert in today's live stream. So say hello to our viewers. The weather today is quite nice, and we can feel this very fresh smell of the rice that is actually flowing in the air. Right now is the key time for summer crop management. But if you look at the field, you can barely see anybody. So can you tell us why is that? There's no farmer here. Well, this place is actually the major crop production base in Liaoning, and this place is near the provincial capital Shenyang. And the reason why you didn't see any farmers working in the field is because these rice paddies, they are equipped with this kind of machines. Aquaculture machines are widely applied in these fields. You can see the busy working aquacultural machineries, the honing of the drones. So what are the drones doing right now? They are trying to help us with the crop management. And these drones are spreading this leaf fertilizers from the air. So right now is very important time for the growth of the rice. So we have all kinds of work that it need to be done. So this kind of smart aquaculture in Liaoning province is becoming more and more popular. So can you tell us more about your applications of the aquacultural technologies? In 2022, Liaoning Shenyang has become this pilot zone for green varieties of rice, and also the drones are applied in almost all of the rice paddies in Liaoning. That is about 210,000 moles of land. And in about 30,000 moles of rice paddies, we actually adopted this commensal eco-aquaculture, where the rice and the crayfish are raised together. So when the harvest season comes, it is not only the rice that is being harvested. There are byproducts as well. You cannot see it very clearly, but actually there are a lot of secrets beneath the water. Do you see that man over there? He is trying to harvest the crayfish. This is the first round of harvest season for crayfish, and each year we have 3 rounds of harvest season. These are mature crayfish that can be harvested. They can become mature within a bit more than a month, that is 42 days. For every 500 grams, there would be about 120 crayfish. Here, people are trying to weigh and separate the crayfish. Mr. Wu here is the peasant that owns this part of land, and he has actually 6,000 moors of crayfish, and right now he is trying to measure the crayfish. This is one of the big ones. Oops, it tries to escape. It is very active. Will it get bigger if we keep it in the water for longer? Yes, and it will deplete its shell for twice or thirds, and each time the shell goes off, it will grow by another 20 to 30%. And if we sell it to the market, it will be the market price is about 70 yuan per 500 grams, and even as high as 90 yuan per 500 grams. I hear that it's actually not easy to adopt the commensal aquaculture, that is to raise the crayfish at the side of the rice paddy. Yes. First of all, we need to consider the time for transportation of the baby crayfish, right? Because this kind of a long time transportation might cause some losses to them. But currently, the scientists have developed this variety of crayfish that is suitable to be raised in northern China, where temperature is much colder than that of the south. As you can see, the color is a bit different. If you check out the stomach of the crayfish, they are white, so you don't need extra cleaning. And we would need local water to raise the crayfish, which turns out to be very suitable. The crayfish are very big in size, and it's very tasty as well. It can be harvested for several seasons, so there must be some other places where the crayfish are still growing, right? Yes, we have another production base, this kind of aquaculture base that's raising some new varieties of crayfish. We have about 200 to 500 moors of water that is used for the raise of crayfish. All of these places are implemented with the smart technologies and monitoring devices. I can check the temperature, the humidity of the base through my cell phone. It is very convenient. And you can even generate this graphs of the statistics through your cell phone. And when time is right, we can move these crayfish into the rice paddy for further growing. This will effectively save a lot of cost for us and improve the production efficiency. Now we are doing some measurement, and these crayfish are actually now ready to be put into market. What are these bones for? These are feed for crayfish. It can help them to grow more protein. Well, I think the crayfish are up for a great feast tonight. There are also crabs over there. These river crabs are also growing rapidly. So can you tell us how would you feed the crayfish? Later, we will just throw the bones into the river, into the water. It's that simple, yes. Will you be worried that it will affect water quality? Well, no, we actually have crabs inside as well. The crayfish can also eat the bones. We also have other aqua products, such as the loach or mudfish. They also feed on the bones as well. So how many kinds of aqua products are raised in the water? About 10 varieties. Can you tell me? There are a particular kind of fish, the mudfish, the crayfish, and river crabs that we mentioned. So many creatures coexist in this water. So do you choose the percentage carefully? Yes, we did a lot of experiment to decide the best percentage of these creatures, of these aqua products. So our guest here is actually a leading farm, a leading person in terms of this kind of new commensal eco-aquaculture. The water and the land are, priceless treasure for us. If you can protect the water, protect the land, and so that the soil can be very productive, the water can be clean, you can raise anything in it. You can, I think there are endless wealth that will come from the rivers, from the waters, lakes, and the soil. How many crayfish can you produce from one mu of land? This year is actually a very productive year. Each mu will produce about 150 jins of crayfish. So for each jin, it will be about 100 crayfish. And for 50 jins, the total would be more than 4,000 crayfish. It is also very lucrative, and the local farmers are very enthusiastic about this system of commensal aquaculture, a system that produce rice and crayfish together. This added value of such pattern of agriculture is very productive, very lucrative. We see some water grass in it. Well, yes, this is also a particular feature for water that is used for raising crayfish. This kind of particular fish is also growing in this water, but these are baby fish. They are not ready to be put into market yet. When it matures, it will be about 2 to 3 jins per fish, and will be about 9 yuan per jin. So you produce more than just, 1,500 crayfish. You also have fish and crabs and so on. I think the reason why we could be able to co-raise, co-produce so many varieties of aquacultural products is that we rely on technologies. It would not be possible without the scientific research of all the aquaculture research centers and aquaculture scientists. If we go back to rice paddy, this year the yield of each mu will increase by about 50 to 60 jin per mu. So that's a major increase of yield, and we can add that up with crayfish and crabs, which will add up to a very massive increase in the farmer's income. As Mr. Wu said, it is not sold at 70 yuan per jin in the market. This is very good price, very, very satisfactory. So people would worry about pesticide. Can you explain to us? Well, that's a common misunderstanding. If we put this kind of pesticide inside water, it will immediately kill the crayfish. So it is not possible for us to do that. And the same story goes for the mudfish. The mudfish is another byproduct of the paddy, and also It can be used as an indicator for water quality. If the water quality is not good enough, the mudfish would not be able to thrive in it. We also need to test the soil quality and see what kind of fertilizers it needs. For example, if it needs calcium, we put calcium in it, and we also use this spectrum, light spectrum, to test the different element in it. We are working with the Provincial Aquaculture Research Center to make more detailed analysis of the soil quality. Actually, in this new economic zone, we have about 1,500 moors of colorful rice paddy, and the rice are of different colors and they can form different patterns. We actually began this project in 2010. At that time, it was only a couple of moors, and right now it's about 100 moors. It has become a new landmark for this new economic zone of Shenbei. And this has become a very popular tourist spot as well. A lot of people would come particular to see this kind of pattern and painting in the rice paddy. This is also a new growth point for tourism. We have several villages such as the Shanjiacun village. A lot of farmers have opened up family hotels and restaurants to accommodate the tourists. It has become a very popular tourist spot, and it has become the favorite location, scenic spots, especially for city dwellers and kids. Because in the cities, the kids would have very little opportunity to see, what chickens are like or what ducks are like. Well, from today's live stream, we really see the potential of this land. It is not only a land for growing crops. We can discover that there are a lot of opportunities and limitless possibilities as long as we adopt aquaculture machinery, high tech, and to improve the modernization of agricultural production. It will immensely improve people's life, increase people's income, and develop the local agriculture. So today we visit this place to take our viewers to see the summer crops, but we discover also that this place is really a treasure basin where immense opportunities and possibilities are discovered. We saw just now that the crayfish is ready to be marketed, and coming up would be the crabs and the mudfish. We also have applied green technologies and high tech through the whole process of production. There are also other industries that can be developed, such as tourism. No matter if you want to come here to see the rice paddy, or for tourism, or for some rural production, or enjoy the beautiful view, this is the place to go. So we welcome all tourists to come here and take a look. This indeed is a beautiful landscape for new rural areas and new aquaculture. So we would invite all of the visitors who are interested in this place to come here and take a look yourself.